At a certain point, spending more on boots doesn't make them better for you. Now, that might sound strange coming from someone who clearly appreciates and collects a hell of a lot of well-made boots. But the truth is simple. Most people are spending more than they need to. So the real question isn't what's the best boot? It's what do I actually need my boots for and how much should I spend to get that? How you going? Welcome back to Bootlosophy, and if you are new here, my name is Tech. This is my channel about heritage boots. And if you like what you see, don't forget to click on like and subscribe to my channel. I'm here filming on Wajak country in the Perth area of Western Australia, Kaliko Wajak Nong Abuja. Obviously, I'm a boot reviewer and hence I collect boots. I have over 120 at this stage, and I'm starting to resell some of them with the proceeds now going to charity for those that had been given to review. But even as I show on Instagram pictures of my collection of boots that I'm very fond of, very proud to own as examples of a craft heritage, well-made and handmade boots in the main, I know that people look at my reviews and posts and are moved to want to buy pieces like them. Let me hasten to add, I don't see myself as an influencer. I never say to you, buy these boots. What I try to do is give a fair and balanced review of boots that I collect and that I like. I show you what they are made of and how they look. The fact that they fit me comfortably and that I like how they look are my personal opinions, and like anything else that you buy, you need to decide for yourself. With that said, as anyone explores the world of heritage boots, starting with say Thursday boots at $200 or Red Wings at $300, eventually you will migrate upwards and start looking at US Pacific Northwest brands, for example, like Whites and Nicks at $600 to $800, or you flirt with the highly individually made market of the Indonesian boot makers, or the high-end Chinese, Mexican, and US crafted workshops above $1,000. Each time we think, that's a really great boot, it's handmade, well made, all the great heritage materials and leather, one of a kind sometimes, it will sit nicely in my collection. But what the hell is the best boot for you? Is it necessarily the higher priced boot? Before we talk about price, we need to talk about purpose. What are you using your boots for? What you use them for is an interesting question because a $1,000 boot isn't better than a $200 boot if you don't need what it offers. Price only makes sense in context. What do you need boots for? Do you need them for everyday wear to go to a professional office like I do, or to go to a more casually attired office? Do you wear boots every day to go to the shops or when you go out to coffees and beers and barbecues? Do you need boots to wear in the great outdoors? Do you wear them doing manual labor? So let's look at the context. Let's start with the functional entry-level boots, mostly starting around the $200 level, a US. At around $200, you're getting functional entry-level boots, and for a lot of people, this is already enough. What you're paying for at this entry level into function is decent leather, chrome tanned, full grain to corrected leathers. You often get basic, dare I say, simpler construction methods. Sure, Goodyear welt it in the main, but like I say, Thorogood mock toes, for example, they use maybe plastic welts. They use mass production efficiencies for scale and price, and maybe made in factories with a little less robust QC processes and checks. But what you are getting is also solid everyday usability. Whether this is for a stylish service boot like a Thursday Captain that you can wear stylishly, I believe, as business casual or as smart casual, or you might want to beat them up and wear it in a casual lifestyle outfit. Or a pair that you can use every day paired with jeans and a relaxed lifestyle, like this pair of Luos Jet Great Escape Boondockers with the scrappier nappy rough out. Or even light work boots such as Jim Green's tough for the price Numzan boot, which is my gardening and yard boot that I use around the house. And then there's these mongrel K9s, elastic sided work boots. Lovely, comfy, easy pull on casual or light work boots. Now, each of these look good and are functional, and for their prices, well made and could easily be daily beaters. The downside, again, because of that price range, they might offer a little bit less, and that might come through limited longevity and are usually not worth resoling. To resole these after 3 to 5 years might cost you more than to buy another pair, and for some of them, depending on how hard you wear them, may have totally cactus leather uppers by then. These functional entry-level boots won't last forever, but they don't need to. If you just want something that looks good and works, this tier does the job. The next tier, in my opinion, is the $500 US tier of boots. This is where things start to change. Around $400 to $600, you begin to see meaningful upgrades that actually affect your experience while wearing the boots. At this sort of level, which is still functional for most people, you start to get higher quality full grain leather, perhaps good chrome tanned leather or even veg tanned or combination tanned, and the inclusion of some of the more interesting leathers like kudus and ramblers and shrunken suedes. You get properly resolable construction, where the Goodyear Welt construction uses more leather components that won't disintegrate on resoling or recrafting. You will certainly get better materials overall, better quality and finish. For most people, this is the functional and contextual sweet spot. For most people, you can stop here. Buy good brands in this range and they'll do you for decades. Thinking of boots in this price, in this quality range and functional range, there is the Grant Stone Diesel boot. This one is in Italian veg tan leather from the Badalassi tannery. It's very good looking. It's totally versatile. You can wear it with different outfits. It uses all leather components and is capable of being dressed with jeans or smart wool pants. For a different look, this Parker's Richmond in English tannery Charles F. Stead's Saddle Waxy Commander. This is built tough, it's well made, and again uses all leather materials. Now, going contextually for manual work, this price and context range includes the ubiquitous Red Wing Iron Ranger, the vintage, basic workhorse of a light work boot, but made well enough to last well beyond 4 or 5 years and eminently resolable to last decades. At the other extreme of this context is the Blackbird Rudiger boot. Now, this one is pricier. It's in Horween's shell cordovan, but you can get Chrome XL pairs that are well made and recraftable over time. By the way, I have reviewed all of these boots before, so if you're interested in any one of them, you can dig deeper by going into my channel, go to the homepage and search for the reviews. I will also leave links to their websites in the description area below. Now, some of them are affiliate links. Anyway, at this tier, and just like these examples, what you get are boots that mold to your feet over time, improving their comfort and fit, significantly improved durability from the previous tier, and the ability to maintain and extend their lifespan. This is the point where boots stop being disposable and start becoming really long-term, lifelong items. Once you enter the $1,000 territory, you're entering a very different category. Not worse, not better, just different. Boots at this level meet very different contextual functionality. What you're paying for here is more actual hand work and generational craftsmanship combined with premium, thicker or rarer leathers, smaller production runs because of their handcrafted nature, often double the durability of others, maybe because of the materials alone, and maybe because of the investment in design, you get better comfort. However, at these prices, these improvements are potentially diminishing returns where the extra dollar you spend provides less than $1 improvement. Because what you are also buying is brand identity and storytelling. What you're not necessarily getting is a dramatically better everyday experience. Here are some of these examples. Now remember, I love these boots as a collector and a wearer, but particularly with the heavier work boots, I can't claim to require their functionality, right? Even with this Tricker Stow boot with the double leather midsole, do I really need that functionality? Won't my Grant Stone or Blackbird boots meet my everyday needs? Probably. So included in this range is this white MP boot in Horween's Natural Chrome Excel. So durable, clearly handmade with the, shall I say, rustic stitching on the unique white rolled welt. I do love the look of this. It's my Grail service boot. But you know, they are going to last me forever the way I use them. And so will this NYX Overlander from NYX Boots. So comfortable, so durable that I use it trekking across some of the most difficult national forests in Western Australia, where they withstand rocks and fallen timbers. And this other example of this range, the Viberg Service Boot. Coming from a work boot DNA, but it's beginning to slide into finely finished, I do not want to scratch this kind of boot and that use case scenario. Indeed, this tier is about appreciation. It's about the heritage, the craft, the details, and the story behind the boot. In other words, these boots are in passion territory, not necessity. If you step back, the pattern becomes clear. At the $200 level, you get functional entry-level boots that do the job, but won't necessarily last you a lifetime. They are tools. From the entry level up to the $500 category, you take a big jump in quality, materials, and construction. From that $500 to $1,000 range, you get smaller functional gains, but what you also get is a much bigger focus on craftsmanship and brand. The most important upgrade happens in that middle tier around 500. Often functionally, that's all you need. After that, you're paying more for how the boots are made and how they were made, not what they actually do for you. Just before I finish, let me talk about a few marketing myths that are worth ignoring. There are a lot of assumptions floating around in the boot world that just don't hold up. One is, more expensive boots last longer. Not necessarily. Construction and use matter a lot more than price. Treat your Thursday Captains well and they will last you a long time. You need high-end boots to look good. You don't. Style isn't locked behind a price tag. Parkhurst boots look as good as any Viberg pair. Cheap boots are always bad. No, they're not, if they match your needs. A lot of marketing in this space pushes the idea that more expensive is always better. Not true. In reality, it's just more specialized. So where should you stop? For most people, the answer is actually simple. In terms of functionality, you should stop somewhere around $400 to $600 because at that price, you get real durability, comfort that improves over time, and nearly everything boots are supposed to do without paying for diminishing returns. But damn, these MP boots do look good though, right? And there's the rub. We want what we want. Look, on the whole, buy boots for what you need them to do, not because someone else makes them look cool. Enjoy great boots. Appreciate the craftsmanship. Watch all the content you want, but keep your money unless you want it. Unless you really, really like these boots. Hey, click on the like button and subscribe. Come back next week. I have more to tempt you. Take care out there.